You're going to play big. Say big. Big. You're going to play huge. Say huge. Huge. You're going to play ginormous. Say ginormous. But first, take baby steps. We want so much so fast. My grandmother says, baby. She starts every sentence with baby. She said, baby, the best things you'll ever have from grandma will never come from the microwave. They always come from the oven. And I realized that the best things that you're going to create are going to take time. Build it on cement, not sinking sand. You're going to get tons and tons and tons of tools here. And you're going to want to fast forward. When you fast forward, you build it on plexiglass. You build it on styrofoam. You build it on wood. You want to build it on cement. Your dream is important enough to outlive you. And so I realized that you can't Google download resiliency. You can't Google download tenacity. You can't Google download forgiveness. There are some of the best qualities and characteristics that's going to take you a long way that you need to invest time in and energy in and intention in. You don't just get patience. I want patience. I'm waiting for patience. Somebody's going to piss you off tomorrow. And now you get the test of your patience. I realized that as I wanted to develop me, I had to be willing to climb, and I wanted to get to the top, and there's no elevator to the top. I gotta do my squats. I gotta work on my quads and my hamstrings and my calves because I gotta climb to the top. We gotta climb. Abundant thinkers keep themselves in a constant state of cognitive dissonance. Write that down. Abundant thinkers keep themselves in a constant state of cognitive dissonance. You're creative, spell it any way you want. Now, what is cognitive dissonance? Cognitive dissonance is when you have literally thought about a version of yourself that you're not currently living right now. Meaning the thought that you have of yourself, your behaviors are not congruent with. So your mind becomes disrupted. Your mind says, wait a minute, you're seeing me here, but my behaviors aren't here. And when you keep yourself in a constant state, your mind begins to influence your behaviors to be congruent with your thought. Ooh. Next level. Cognitive dissonance. Abundant thinkers. That's why he went out to the ocean. That's why he's up on stage, because constantly seeing himself further than what his behaviors want to really do. And then when he does it, now I got that down. Constantly. Now it's being grateful for your now. Yes, yes. Yeah. Being grateful for your now, but clearly seeing where you're going and not resting until you get there. In that year when I was really broken, I was working at LA Unified School District. I was miserable. Because I wasn't living in my dream. I was just doing a job. And then one day I said, well, what do I need to do? I need to buy my freedom. That's what I need to do. I need to buy my freedom. Well, I don't know about buying my freedom. I don't know about having money saved up. My family didn't have money saved up. My mother used to tell me, oh, this money is burning my pocket. So I know two things about money. It's hot and we can't keep it long. We'd always have 1 week where we had all the food in the refrigerator, and then 1 week where the refrigerator was empty.
Let's go. Good morning, family. Rise and shine. Another blessed and grateful day. Super excited to go ahead and be back on here with you guys. You've got Shane and Talina still fighting through the power on that side. So blessed and grateful for you guys to be tuned in. Happy that you are safe and you are alive. So here we go. Let's go ahead and dive into today. Today, we are going to be talking about how to really go ahead and think about your present self right now and understand that the actions that we're doing today, the thought process, the rituals that we've obtained is directly going to affect the person that we are to become coming in to the future. So I want to be really intentional with today to really go ahead and get you in the mindset and get you in the thought process of understanding that the times we are in is very crucial coming in to our future. So let's go ahead and get into it. Before we dive in, let's drop a little bit of gratitude. What is everybody grateful for coming into the start of the week? TGIM, thank goodness it is Monday. Let me tell you, family, I'm so grateful for all of the little things after that past week and a half, right? You don't understand how much we take for granted being able to flush a toilet, how much we take for granted being able to flip on and off a light switch, right? Being able to just go ahead and flick on the faucet and have actually water to wash, you wash your hands, wash your face. All of those little things we were stripped away from for the past week and a half. And I believe it was for a reason to truly get humbled and appreciate the littlest things. So family, I'm grateful for water. I'm grateful for food. I'm grateful for the power. I'm grateful for God. I'm grateful to be healthy. I'm grateful for the dream team, for each and every one of you that have been holding it down while we're gone this past week and a half. I'm so proud of you guys. So let's go ahead and get into the day. Matter of fact, before we go ahead and dive in, what day of consistency is everybody on? Throw it down below so we can hold everybody accountable. We are coming up on day 73, I believe, coming in towards day 90. This is absolutely amazing. I've seen you all grow so much just with this consistency. So this is huge. But here we go. Let's go ahead and get into today, right? We're talking about your future self will thank you. So I want to go ahead and give everybody a visualization before we go ahead and dive into today. So go ahead and, if you guys are sitting at home in a chair, go ahead and get comfortable. Day 63. Let's go. All right. So here we go. If you guys are driving, go ahead and tune in and just listen. If you guys are sitting down, go ahead and just visualize this with me and pay attention to the emotions that flow into your body, right? Pay attention to any pains, any tight feelings that you get anywhere as you listen to me. You ready? So let's go ahead and get into it. Day 77. I see you, Jay. All right. So here we go. I want you to imagine yourself right now, right? The income that you have, where you're at right now in your life. And I want you to go ahead and let's fast forward this thing, right? We actually got this training from my mentor, Sean, and this was huge because it really is going to allow you to put yourself in perspective, your actions, your habits, your thoughts, and how much actually intensity you're moving with every day, because this is something that really checked myself. So I wanted to go ahead and pass it to you guys. So ready? Let's think about this. Today is where we at. We are at the 10th of October, okay? So let's go ahead and fast forward 1 year from today. You ready? 1 year from today, October 10th in 2023, okay? And I want you to picture that your bank account is the exact same, your lifestyle is the exact same, and nothing's changed. We're sitting in the same emotions that we feel right here, right now. Now, I want to be completely vulnerable with you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel there's one to two main words I talk about a lot lately, and it's right here. It's blissfully dissatisfied. Okay, blissfully dissatisfied. Now, what this simply means is I'm happy where I'm at. I'm satisfied from how far that we've actually got. But here's the deal. I'm also dissatisfied on how much farther we still have to go, on how much growth that I still know is left that we can go ahead and implement into today. So I want you to really, y'all think about that. Imagine being in the same spot right now. The emotions that we're going through, what we feel. Imagine being October 10th, 2023 in the same spot as right now. How does that make you feel? Give me one word on the emotion that gives you right there. You ready? Now let's go ahead and role play it a little bit farther, right? The income that you have, the thought process, the emotions, the energy that you carry with yourself today. What if we were to stretch that out for 2 years? What if you were making the same income right now, 2 years from today? October 10th, 2024, how do you feel? Let me know if you get a little tenseness in your shoulders. Do you get a little knot in your stomach? If you happen to feel any type of pain, any type of uncomfortability, guess what that's called? This is your neuro encoding. You see, neuro encoding, this is something that all of us have, and when you can understand how it works, we're able to truly take advantage of it, right? You feel defeated. I feel the same exact way. Let's go ahead and take it one step further. One step further, okay? October 10th, 2025, we're sitting with the same income, the same thought process as we're sitting with today. How do you feel after 3 years have went by and we're still in the same spot? Okay? So we've just role played this out for 3 years, and you've probably got a little bit emotional thinking about what you would feel like if you were still in this position 3 years later. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was literally smacking myself in the face earlier this morning when I did this training, and it really made me sick to think about, right? And Lady Boss Nikki says, barf. Absolutely. So what do? Okay? This is how I wanted to go ahead and preface the training before we dive in. So now that I've got you thinking, now that I've got your wheels turning on how urgent today really is to really go ahead and take the actions, 11:11, paint your vision. Now let's go ahead and get into the meat. Okay, that was just a warm-up. Now let's get into today. You ready? So I want you to think about your dream. I want you to think about your goals, and I want you to go ahead and put it in this perspective. Okay? Let's think about our goals and our dreams as if they were a source, right? Now, any source, what does this mean? A source can also provide, and they also require nutrients, right, to be fed. So here's the problem, what I've seen in the past couple of years, and I've experienced this myself. You ready? We don't feed our desires, okay? So we need to go ahead and take a couple steps back and peel back the layers of the onion and ask this question. Well, what do our dreams need to survive? You see, we're spending time, we're filling up our body, right, with food, with water. We're giving nutrients to it, but we fail to, a lot of the times, to give nutrients to our dreams. So let's go ahead and think about this for a second. Ask yourself, and I asked myself this question as well this morning, okay? Let's go ahead and ask ourselves, what story, what belief, what talent can go ahead and fuel our success? What relationship or conversation is missing that we can go ahead and take that next step, right? Because here's the truth. If energy is spent one place, that means energy is being taken from another place. So here's how I related it years back, right? What story, belief, contact, talent can go ahead and fuel our success? Well, here's the truth. I was spending so much time on things that were not giving me any traction inside of my business. See, if you look at the word distraction, it's actually really funny when you break that word in two. Let's break it down. Distraction, right? If something is a distraction, what does that mean? Go ahead and break down the words. Dis means it's taken away, and traction. We are taking away the traction. So if we're getting distracted, that means we're spending time getting traction on other things that is taking us away from our dreams. So that could be scrolling. That could be hanging out with friends for too much time. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys to completely cut people off, but what I have noticed is a 90-day stretch can completely change your life. A 90-day stretch can literally impact the next 1 to 5 years of your life if you're willing to seriously take it, not just 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but go ahead and step both feet in there and seriously take this to the next level. So think about it. As I went through that training with you guys today on the different years, 1, 2, and 3, where did you feel the pain in your body? I want you to really get specific. I want you to really get detailed and feel your feelings, because this is your own neuro encoding, okay? So where did you feel it in your body? Where did you feel uncomfortable? Now let's go ahead and give a plan to action, okay? The reason why the dream has been taking so long, you ready? The reason why the dream seems like it's been taking so long is because many of us, for a long time, we were spoon feeding it, right? When the truth is, it needs a dump truck of our dedication. You see, we can spoon feed it. We can get on a go live twice a week. We can get on a couple of Zoom calls. We can call our mentor once a week, and we can keep praying. We can keep looking in our back office, waiting for the ranks, looking at our training count, and waiting for these huge comments to show up. But you know what I realized? Most individuals, we're spoon feeding our success, when in reality, it needs a truckload of dedication to really bring this thing into reality. So I had to really get serious. I had to really think about my life. Where was I really applying my energy, and where was it being taken from? So I literally laid out a blueprint, right? A detailed blueprint of how my day was going to go. And I'll tell you right now, the second that I really took time blocking serious, my whole business and my life changed, because I knew what I was doing from 6 to 9. I knew what I was doing, my morning routine. I knew from 9 to 10, I was getting on with Neno. I knew from 10 to 11, I was getting myself ready for my call. Boom, 11, I'm knocking out my call. From 12 to 6, I'm branding, I'm networking, I'm building the business. 7 and 8, we've got op calls. 9 and 10, we're closing the business. 11 and 12, I'm getting in my PD, my night routine. The whole day is laid out. None of it is a guess. And guess what? This went on for months at a time. And here's what I know. Anything that you do consistently for a long period of time, there's no way that you're not going to see the growth, right? John C. Maxwell talks about, I don't care how big the tree is, if you hit it in the same spot enough times, eventually what? It's going to fall. So the same thing happens with our life. The same thing happens inside of our business. And this is so important to understand. So it takes a lot of energy to really bring this thing to fruition. That's why if you look at the consistency, guess what? It's 73 days of consistency. You know what's funny? We didn't even hit a massive breakthrough until around day 56, 57, when we actually went out to the convention. Now we're able to experience all of this abundance, answer all of the questions that we had, to get around different types of conversations that led to extreme breakthrough and aha moments. But guess what? That took 57 days to go ahead and manifest. So a lot of us were coming up on day 90. 90 days is when we're really going to start seeing a huge shift in the way that we think and the way that we go about our lifestyle. So this is so important to realize that a dream takes on its life of its own once it can connect to a source. I'm going to say it again. Your dream takes on a life of its own once it can connect to a source where it is being fed on a daily basis. What are all these ways that we're feeding it from our source? Getting on the go lives, asking questions, showing up in the group chat, right? Calling our mentors on a consistent basis, actually getting in and plugging in with the products and being intentional. I'm going to master impulse for the next 21 days. On last night's call, Visions call, we talked about, forget about the 90-day sprint. Let's just talk about 21 days. We've got roughly 21 days inside of the month of October, and I believe this is huge, right? What if we could narrow it down and get really detailed for this month of October, for the month of 21 days? What are we going to be seriously consistent with? What educators are we going to plug in with? What products are we going to be tapping in with, right? What is going to be our daily rituals, over the course of the day for the next 21 days that we are going to run this play? And I'm telling you right now, if we can just master a handful of things, it doesn't have to be a lot of things at one time. You see, success most of the time is little tweaks done over a period of time. So this month of October, what skill, talent, resource are we going to add on into this week to really go ahead and double down on moving the needle 0.1%? That's it. I'm not worried about crazy growth over the course of the week of the month. I'm worried about, and I was talking about this yesterday, what if every day all we thought about was laying each brick as best as we can lay it? And when you look back in 20 days, now you're going to see how much you've actually built just by putting your head down every day and then looking up later. So this is big. So here we go. I want you to take the time. Ready? Here's the question. Take the time to ask yourself this. Where does our dream need more love? And as you think about this question, you're going to start to get a couple answers that come to you, right? What part of your dream needs more love? And let's break down the 6 pillars of life: family, mind, body, spirit, faith, finances. Go ahead and write out those 6 on a piece of paper and put your energy on those 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. Where does your energy lay on each of those pillars? Because I can tell you right now, if you feel like there's been a gap inside of your life, if you feel like there's been a hole, well, odds are there's probably a gap inside of your pillars, because I can tell you all of them correlate with one another, right? So if you can spend time figuring out where your gap is, we're going to be able to absolutely dominate the month of October, right? Because we're going to be bettering all aspects in this month, right? Growing our body, the mindset, the spiritual side, the finance with trading, e-commerce, right? All of these different niches we have right now. So I'm excited, right? Building the faith, getting a closer connection to God, really building that source and feeding it, right? This is all part of feeding the source, okay? So as I want to go ahead and end this and leave you all today with this, I want you to go ahead and give yourself this type of question, okay? We have three pieces, okay? We have 3 S's. We have our state, our story, and our strategy. I want you to go ahead and drop it down below. Which S plays the biggest role out of all 3 of those? Drop it down below. I want to see who knows this one, right? Part of the quiz for today. Out of the 3 S's, which is the most important in regards to really bringing this dream into fruition? Your story, your state, or your strategy? The answer is going to be your state, right? The state is by far the most important. You can have the strategy all day long. You can have the story all day long. But if you don't have the state, if you don't have that feeling, if you don't have that energy inside on what you can do, on where you're going, on the belief that these products can actually achieve for yourself and others, well, I'm telling you right now, it doesn't matter what strategy you have. It doesn't matter what story you tell yourself, because guess what? The other side of the line, the other side of the phone call, the other side of social media, they're going to be able to feel your state, right? Somebody on the other line, they can feel if you don't believe what you're saying. They can feel if you don't have confidence. They can feel if your self-talk is negative. So I'm here to tell you right now, the biggest thing when it comes to really bringing this future into reality that we envision, that we write down all the time, is being able to, Kevin Snow talks about it all the time, feel as if you've already achieved the wish fulfilled, and hold that feeling every day. And now when you take the action, the world is going to open up the right people, places, and scenarios into your life, right? The world is going to start working for you and not against you. So this is big. So family, this is my training for you guys today on how to go ahead and make your future self proud, right? What products are we doubling down for the month? What educators are we going to master, right? How many people a day do you plan on reaching out to, right? What rank do you see yourself by the end of the month? All of these little goals, it comes to fruition once we start getting detailed, we start feeding the source, and we start taking the necessary actions every single day. Because here's what I know, family. You are the state maker of your dream. I'll say that one more time. You and I are the state makers of our dream. So whatever our state is, this is going to be the elevation that we can go ahead and take our dream as long as we hold this for a period of time consistently. So family, that's my training for you guys today. I hope you guys got a little bit of value. If you guys got any value from today, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Drop some sevens if you are ready, if you are willing to do the necessary actions, rituals today to go ahead and make your future self proud, right? To go ahead and end it off. Let's just think about this for a second. It's December 31st, 2022, right? Imagine where you're sitting with the ball drop. You could be with the family. You could have traveled somewhere to go see the ball drop. But imagine as if we've already achieved the goals that we've set right here, right now, 90 days before it's even happened. And we're over there and we're celebrating as the ball drops. We're excited. We're ecstatic. We're making these phone calls. We're getting these text messages and calls of gratitude and thank you, of blessings and celebration for all that you've achieved and all that you've left out on the playing field for these past 90 days. Because family, here's what I know. The work that we do today, the results don't show up tomorrow. They don't show up next week. It has a jet lag effect. You're not going to see the results of today for 90 days. And I promise you, when you look back December 31st and you look as the ball's dropping, you are going to thank yourself for the work, for the beliefs that you had today. So family, I love you guys. Go out and have an abundant day. If nobody told you yet today, I believe in you. You are a leader. You are unstoppable. You are powerful. Sometimes it just takes you meeting me halfway to go ahead and get yourself to the destination. So family, go out and be great. It is your favorite entrepreneur. Remember, you can be, do, or have anything you can hold in your mind. You can hold it right here in your hand. I will see you guys tomorrow on another episode with Rise and Shine with Define. Monday, let's get to work. It's game time.